Trump was in Nashville yesterday claiming in a speech that the, quote, radical left corrupt political class, end quote, was persecuting Christians because they know, quote, our allegiance is to our Creator, end quote. That is coming from someone whose life, as expressed in words and actions, is the antithesis of being a Christian. Trump claimed in a deposition last year that he had $400 million in cash. Even though that claim was made under oath, I doubt that he has that much. I do not believe anything that Trump says unless there is clear and convincing proof that a statement made by him is accurate. He has just made far too many false and misleading statements to believe anything that he says. Trump's attorney filed a motion to delay entry of the civil fraud judgment verdict for 30 days. The judge has denied that motion. Once the verdict is entered as a judgment, and it could be entered at any time now, Trump and his controlled entities have 30 days to file a notice of appeal. There is a catch. To delay the enforcement of the verdict, which now totals about $450 million with the prejudgment interest, those defendants would have to post a bond in the full amount of the judgment. The fact that Trump requested a delay in that entry indicates to me that he may be having some difficulties in coming up with the bond amount. If he actually had $400 million in cash, that would probably not be a difficult task for him to accomplish, although around $90 million will be needed to post a bond in the last to appeal the last E.Jean Carroll verdict. I discussed in a prior video that an appellate court probably would have trouble accepting that part of the verdict that required paying back the profits realized from the old post office and Ferry Point property sales. The profit to Trump and his controlled entities was $126,828,000 for the old post office and $60 million for the Ferry Point property. In other words, close to half of the total, maybe more than half, as I recall. While the court found that the loans were secured with fraudulent financial statements, and I view the evidence as supporting that finding, I view disgorgement of the entire profit to be an excessive remedy and equity and not causally related sufficiently to the fraud. This is an issue that lawyers call proximate cause. The loans may have been given with honest financial statements, or the penalty should be no more than the interest saved on the loans through the use of false financial statements, which was the calculation done on other loans. Maybe the award could have been justified if the lender testified that the loan would not have been made, either of those two loans would not have been made with honest financial statements. But I did not see anything that in the judge's opinion that talked about but-for testimony in the opinion.